Looking out my window, sun shining bright.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to the Sideloader channel. You know what it is, your boy Reese. We got a Game 7 in round one. A Game 7 round one. After every other series went 5 or 6, one series ended up going 4 with Brooklyn and Philly. But Game 7, Golden State, Sacramento. After a crazy night last night, Sacramento was out there looking poised, like they've been there before. Like this wasn't their first, playoff run in 17 years. Even without Domantas Sabonis being in the game for a majority of the game. The man played 20 something minutes because he just couldn't stay out of foul trouble. He ended up with 7 points, 11 rebounds, 6 fouls. He had more fouls than assists, just about as many fouls as points. They was really giving Domantas Sabonis hell out there on the court. As we know, he got his sternum stomped on by Draymond Green, and then in this game, on a jump ball, caught a mean elbow from Kevon Looney, gave him a shiner, a gash, started to swell up damn near immediately. But yeah, Game 7 in Sacramento. They're a great team when they're in Sacktown. And Golden State is one of the worst road teams in the NBA. Like I said, this is the worst road team to make the playoffs in a long time. But for this season, by far the worst road team to make the NBA playoffs. Coming into this game, though, they did win 13 of their last 14 home games, going all the way back to the regular season, of course. But they couldn't pull it out last night. Game 6 Clay wasn't a thing. Early on, it looked like maybe he could have got it going. He had 16 or 18 points in the first half, but he wound up just finishing the game with 22 points because he couldn't get any shots to fall. He really just couldn't get anything to fall. 2 of 9 from deep, finished 40% from the field. That's just not the Game 6 Clay that we're accustomed to seeing, especially only making 2 3-pointers in the game. Like I said early on, it looked like he was getting it going in the fourth quarter. Well, shit, the second half, really. Stephen Curry started to pick up his aggression. He only had 12 points in the first half, but he really came alive down that stretch. 11 points in the fourth quarter before he got pulled, and it didn't do much. Sacramento wouldn't relinquish that lead. Jordan Poole, it's just been one of them series for him. Started the game 0 for 6, really out of control shots at the rim. Wiggins as well struggled from the field. They were combined 3 of 14 shooting, just 7 points in that first half. Really hurt and disrupted the Golden State offense with all those misses combined from both those players. There's not a great showing for either one of them. Draymond Green, though, his playmaking really kept Golden State in tune. I think he had 11 assists to finish off the game. Kevon Looney had 13 or so rebounds. So the bigs did their part, but the other guys, like a Klay Thompson, we were expecting a 30, 40-point game from him. It's Game 6 Klay. That's just what he does. Jordan Poole didn't really step up. Wiggins was here and there. And then Moses Moody, though, off the bench, even though he didn't have a really good scoring impact, his defense, you could all on the court, mucking up the passing lanes. He had about 3 or more steals, and just not really allowing people to get easy shots at the rim, although they did not win this game. Kudos off to the young guy. He's really making his stamp in this playoff run after, it was really Jonathan Kuminga that they were really leaning towards too. Moses Moody is really, holding his own out here. The biggest story for this game, though, is bench points. Bench production for Sacramento was top tier, especially in that first half. At one point, they had 25 of the 49 Sacramento Kings points. Obviously, 25 times 2 is 50. They had 49. They were outscoring the starters at one point. Huge production from Malik Monk. Trey Lyles, even though he didn't have a huge scoring game, his defense, his rebounding, his, just being a big body out there on the court, his energy, his aggressiveness on defense was huge in this game for Sacramento to pull this one out, especially in Golden State, like I said, who were 13 or 14 in their last game, their last 14 home games. That first half, though, Keegan Murray really showed up. He was lacing them from three. 4 of 6 in the first half, 15 points, 11 rebounds going into the fourth quarter. A very good, great game for Keegan Murray rebounding the ball for a team that didn't have Sabonis for just about half the game. Trey Lyles, like I said, came in, grabbed hella boards as well. I think he had 10 too. So they had 3 guys with double-digit rebounds for this game. in that first half. Golden State went down by as much as 11 points, and throughout the game, it went up to about as much as 20. They just couldn't figure it out, especially down in that fourth quarter. Yes, Steph was getting his shots off, but Malik Monk was not missing his aggressiveness in that second half. De'Aaron Fox had a hell of a game as well. Both of them, man, the combination of De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk is ridiculous, especially considering the fact that Monk comes off the bench, bro. Monk comes off the bench and he provides just as much scoring, if not more, than Fox can, bro. Like, that's crazy. That's a huge role-playing piece that the Sacramento Kings essentially just got for free off the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it wasn't a trade, but the Lakers just let him walk. Kevin Huerter struggled for majority of this game. His shots were not falling, but when it mattered the most in that fourth quarter, hit 2 big threes, ended up stretching the lead up to 16 at one point. Kerr had to pull Steph and them with like 8 minutes left in the game because it was just, 5-6 minutes left in the game because it was just no point at that time. Just get ready for Game 7, you know what I'm saying? You can see it in Klay Thompson's face on the bench and Stephen Curry's face on the bench. They were not proud of how they performed tonight, but it's all good. They have another opportunity to make it happen. But I don't know, with the way that the Sacramento Kings performed tonight, even without their second All-Star and Domantas Sabonis, speaks volumes to the kind of team that this is. Like I said in a previous video, this is a team that plays for each other. Regardless of anything, they play team basketball through and through. Like I said, Malik Monk can come off the bench and get it. Trey Lyles is coming in the game and putting up big-time stats and energy. Like, this is a team-oriented team. And I know that probably don't make much sense, but when you look at the way that this shit is structured, De'Aaron Fox is at the helm. You got a big down there, Sabonis, who can do everything but shoot the three. And he's no slouch on defense either. You got niggas off the bench like Malik Monk, Davion Mitchell, Terrence Davis. These guys can come in and just get it going quick, especially from deep. Like I said, Monk was huge in this game, just providing scoring punches exactly when they needed it. When De'Aaron Fox was out the game and Golden State was making a little run, Malik Monk was the one to, reel them back in. Like, no, not tonight. We going out there. We about to be the aggressors, and we're going to come out with this game. And that's exactly what they did. Kudos to him, De'Aaron Fox, and Mike Brown as well for the coaching decisions that he made tonight. Even with Sabonis having 4 or 5 fouls, he was still out there trying to play him. But Trey Lyles, was the biggest, outside of Malik Monk scoring, Trey Lyles' play was the biggest, factor for Sacramento winning this game. Then, of course, the Lakers versus the Memphis series. Thought y'all was good out west, my boy. I thought y'all was good out west. It don't look like it. Obviously, his injury, Ja Morant, who I'm speaking of, his injury really, threw a wrench in the plans of the Memphis Grizzlies. Obviously, if he doesn't hurt his hand in Game 1, this series could be a little different. They could still be going, Memphis maybe even had won this series. Who knows? But Miami beat Milwaukee off an injury. It don't matter. Injuries play a part in the game. That's just what it is. Ja Morant, unfortunately, wasn't healthy enough to, lead his team to victory in this series. 4 games. LeBron James doing what he does. Anthony Davis. I'm gonna be real, bro. I watched this game, but only the first half because I saw where it was heading. In the second half, in the second quarter, Memphis had only had like 25 points. It was, Anthony Davis, when shots were attempted on him, and the time that I watched this game, I watched up till 2 or 3 minutes left in the first half. They attempted 14 shots in the paint on Anthony Davis. He only gave up 2, and he blocked 2 or 3 of them. So his defensive prowess down there gave Memphis hell in that first half. D'Angelo Russell starting the game as hot as he did. 5 of 7 shooting in that first quarter. He was getting to his spots in the mid-range, attacking the paint. A much-needed 10 points. They went on they had a 15-point lead in that first half. Went on a 10-0 run. Not only did they go on a 10-0 run, but to start the game, they went on a 9-0 run. A 14-2 run extended. That's the kind of game that this was to start off. LeBron was chilling. He didn't get his first basket until like 5 minutes into the game. He didn't need to take a shot until 5 minutes into the game because D'Angelo Russell was so hot. Anthony Davis was also getting a couple buckets down low. Jared Vanderbilt was hit a 3 or 2. Austin Reeves, like everybody, every Laker scored in that first 5 minutes. Let's just put it that way. And then Ja Morant, in that first quarter, he had a little bit of aggression to him. The first couple possessions, 4 points and a steal. But they missed 14 of their first 16 shots through They missed 14 of 16 of their shots through a stretch in that first quarter. Finished the game with just 29 made field goals. Oh man, they lost by 40. They lost the game by 40. You're not good out west, Ja. The Memphis Grizzlies really need to go back and rethink this villain team, bad boy team mantra shit that they trying to do, because it's not working for y'all. It's not working for y'all. I am a fan of, certain players on that team. Desmond Bane, he's just a professional out there, even with the craziness that Dillon Brooks brings, and then Ja Morant's attitude as well. I mean that in a good way. Desmond Bane just always seems so even keel out there. Same with Jaren Jackson Jr. A lot of respect for those dudes, as well as Tyus Jones. And I am a fan of Ja Morant. But these dudes like him and Dillon Brooks really need to, shut the hell up and just hoop. For real. Final series in the first round, of course. We got a Game 7 for Sacramento and Golden State in a couple days. Second round starts tonight. The first game. Phoenix taking on Denver Nuggets. Obviously, both of these teams won their series in 5 games to beat up teams. The Minnesota Timberwolves did not have Naz Reid. They did not have Jaden McDaniels. And obviously the Clippers didn't have Paul George nor Kawhi Leonard, a fully healthy Kawhi Leonard. So they beat up on these injured teams. Let's see how they fare against each other. This could go 7, but I don't really think it will. Jamal Murray's been playing good. Jokic just been playing pretty good. But you got Devin Booker is the hottest player in the playoffs right now. I don't see how you stop this team. Even DeAndre Ayton is playing pretty decent. And then Kevin Durant's just going to be there and do his shit. So this is going to be a dogfight in my opinion. Neither of these teams are great defensive teams, but offensively they're going to put up hella points. So we just got to see what happens, bro. But the Lakers advance to the second round, taking on the winner, whoever wins out of this Kings and Golden State Warriors series. Hopefully it's Sacramento. But nah, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Subscribe if you're new. Drop a like, comment, yada, yada, yada. Rap with your boy. And I'm going to get up out of here. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Damn, that shit was squeezing my head.